I am not late. I think everyone's watch is just a minute ahead because my clock right here says 10 a.m. I guess now it's 10:01, but I'm not late. I'm totally on time. Regardless, today we're going to talk about the United States men's national team Olympic roster. It was released today around like 8 a.m. Eastern time, super early. Marko Mitrovic names the 2024 U.S. Olympic men's soccer team. 15 of the 18 players have been capped by the full U.S. men's national team, the senior team. 17 of the 18 players on the roster have played in Major League Soccer or developed in an MLS academy. Hey, man, it almost seems like we're using this roster to prop up MLS. maybe what they're trying to do is just use this roster to prop up some MLS to casual sports fans. Look, just saying, just saying. It is true, it's factual true, and obviously over time and as it is, MLS will be the core, not MLS development will be the core of the US national team. Of course, that's our first division. The academies are going to develop most players, but it seems like they really want to emphasize that. And I heard a few things about this roster, which I will not mention because I am not the source and I don't want to start rumors, but I did hear it from sources that are quite reliable. Some very iffy stuff about this roster, about why certain players were selected, why other players were not, which I'll plead a fifth on that one. Defenders Miles Robinson, Walker Zimmerman, and midfielder Jordi Mihailovic are selected as the three overage players for the under-23 tournament. So for anyone that doesn't know, not the women's soccer. Women's soccer, the U.S. women's national team, we send our best because you can send your best on the Women's Olympics for soccer. For the men's soccer Olympics, you can only send U23 players in an 18-man roster. In this 18-man roster, you can bring 3 players that are over the age limit. So we're going with Miles Robinson, Walker Zimmerman, and Jordi Mihailovic. We're going to talk about the full roster, whether or not I agree with that. It's a bit complicated. It's a bit complicated to build an Olympic roster because it's also not FIFA sanctioned. So it's a tournament where clubs can just not release their players. And we don't fully know the story of each player, who was released, who wasn't, which decision was stupid, which one wasn't. I do want to talk about Diego Luna here very quickly because that to me is one of the stupid decisions. He should have been in the roster and he didn't make it. But why don't we look at the actual roster? Oh my God, Duncan McGuire silencing everyone. What is this, man? Duncan McGuire has made the roster. Well, it is what it is. And here's the full roster. Keep in mind, it's only an 18-man roster, 18 only, which means it's rough. It's rough. The 2022 World Cup was 26. The Copa America was 26. In the past, usually it was 23 for Copa America, World Cup. But again, 18 is rough. You need versatility from the players. You will lack depth. It's tough. Goalkeepers, Patrick Schultz from the Columbus Crew and Gabriel Sonina from Chelsea. Chelsea, like he's in the Chelsea loan army. These are two high ceiling goalkeepers. I think right now Patrick Schultz is the clear number one. He's the best of the two, much more developed, older. I believe Patrick Schultz close to 23, if not 23, while Sonina is like 20. But I'm fine with the goalkeeping position for this roster. Patrick Schultz has proven to be a reliable goalkeeper of the Columbus Crew. He does make a few mistakes here and there. He's very young for a goalkeeper, right? Goalkeepers tend to develop much later, whether 25, 26, 27. He's not close to that yet. But I'm fine with the goalkeepers. Good calls there by Mitrovic. Then we get to the defenders. And then we have Maximilian Dietz from Fürth, a center back from Fürth in the second division of Germany. A fairly technical center back, I would say, from what I've watched. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't watched him that much for Fürth, but we have seen him play for the Olympic team here and there. You've set up and some highlights. Looks like a decent center back. I kind of wanted to see Jalen Neal in this roster from the LA Galaxy. I probably would have brought him over Maximilian Dietz, or I probably would have brought Jalen Neal over Miles Robinson or Zimmerman. I would have just paired up Zimmerman or Robinson with Jalen Neal, and that should be enough. I mean, Jalen Neal played a Gold Cup alongside Miles Robinson, for example, in 2023, and Neal did just fine. Had some shaky moments more towards the knockout stages, but again, one more year, more mature. I would have probably had Jalen Neal, and I would have removed Robinson or Zimmerman. I would have taken one of the two as the overages, not both. But Maximilian Dietz, Nathan Harriel from the Philadelphia Union, he's a fullback. Harrio can play as a right back, left back. That is kind of important for this roster. But what kind of sucks is he's our only natural right back. I don't rate him too highly. I don't think he's that good. And he's the only one because apparently Brian Reynolds was not released. So Nathan Harrio's there, and we're going to ride with him till the end. Miles Robinson from FC Cincinnati, John Tolkien, the left back from the New York Red Bulls, Caleb Wiley, the left back from Atlanta United, and then you have Walker Zimmerman, another overage player, center back from Nashville. Let's go through the midfielders. And then we have Gianluca Busio from Venezia. Very good season. Had a very good season in the second division of Italy. Helped Venezia get promoted, and he'll be playing in the Serie A this year, or this season. Ben Kremaski from Inter Miami. I find it hard to believe that maybe there was a little bit of a Messi effect right there to get Ben Kremaski here. He should 100% not be there over a player like Diego Luna. And you might say, well, he's definitely more, he's still like somewhat of an 8 attacking midfielder, but more of an 8 than Diego Luna. Diego Luna is much more of an attacking player. But I do think we probably should have had a Luna over Kremaski. Kremaski's fine, but I don't know, man. I just think that probably not the player that should be there. Then you have Jack McGlynn from the Philadelphia Union. Very technical player. I do have some question marks in terms of his speed, ability in tight spaces, but he has a killer left foot, great long shot, great range on his passing. Jack McGlynn's a solid pick right here. Jordi Mihailovic. Look, let me get a sip here of this sparkling water. Here's my issue with this. We brought 3 overage players, 2 center backs, and I already told you we could have removed Miles or Zimmerman and just had Jalen Neal as one of them. Then we bring Mihailovic, which if you want to keep Ben Kremaski, you could have just brought Diego Luna over Jordi Mihailovic and then brought a center forward as an overage player. I don't know. Call up Pifok. Would he be released? Maybe. His club situation's a bit iffy. But we needed an overage player to play center forward because we're going to get to him very soon, going with Duncan Maguire as our only 9 for the Olympics. Oh, boy. I am going to vomit. I might vomit after the stream. Not now. I'll hold off on that. Then we have Tenor Tessman from Venezia also in the midfield. And Tenor Tessman is a player that I am looking forward to seeing him. I didn't watch Venezia very much in the second division of Italy. I watched 1 or 2 games all season long. And I followed highlights and stats. And allegedly or apparently, Tenor Tessman did very well, leading Venezia to the Serie A, to the first division of Italy. It looks like Inter Milan wants to sign him and then loan him out. I am very interested in watching Tenor Tessman in the Olympics. I'm not saying he's going to kill it. He's going to destroy. He's amazing. I'm saying that I don't know. But I'm looking forward to seeing how much Tenor Tessman has developed. But going on. Forwards, Paxton Aronson. I like this call. Paxton can play the 10, can play as a winger, can play as a false 9 if you need. Played very well in the Dutch league when he got a loan from Eintracht Frankfurt, playing for a very shit team. Now he got a loan to Utrecht, which is the same team as Taylor Booth, which is a much better team in the Eredivisie. Then you got Taylor Booth, a very talented winger. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Taylor Booth does. His main issue has been injuries. Major injuries. Like, not major injuries, but like a lot of injuries. Usually like some tiny little injuries here and there for Taylor Booth, but he's a very talented winger. He could challenge for a spot in the senior team if he is healthy. Sorry about that. Sparkling water just hit me. And then you have Duncan Maguire from Orlando City. Listen, guys, I watch a lot of Orlando City. I am somewhat of an Orlando City fan, you could say. They do piss me off from time to time. I would not have called up Duncan Maguire. And some people are in the chat are saying, why bring Pifok? Pifok is a much better center forward than Duncan Maguire. Not as mobile as Duncan. Duncan does have a lot of mobility, but I don't know, man. I feel like we wasted the overage call-ups because, once again, for the center back position, Jalen Neal is of age. He's U23. So you could have had Walker Zimmerman with Jalen Neal, or Miles Robinson with Jalen Neal and Maximilian Diaz as the backup. That would have been just fine. And then you could have brought in Pifok as a center forward, which I think he would accept the call up. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? And then you bring in Jordi Mihailovic, which is like your playmaker, I guess, and you don't bring Diego Luna. Diego Luna is a U23 player, so he could be there instead of Jordi Mihailovic, Diego Luna. And that opens up another space in case you want to bring the two center backs. That opens another space for you to bring, a center forward. My big issue with this roster is specifically in two positions. The right back, we're going to go with Nathan Harriel. That's our only right back. And he's not very good, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Okay. You're free to have your opinion. And the center forward position. Because when you look at the wingers, Taylor Booth, Kevin Paredes, that's playing the Bundesliga and holding his own. Griffin Yao had a very good season in Belgium. Paxton Aronson can play on the wing. I like our wingers. I think we're doing very well on the wing. I think we're fine on the wing. Midfield. You look at our midfield, Jack McGlynn's a good player for the Philadelphia Union. Is he as high of a ceiling as many say? Probably not, but he's a good player. Tanner Tessman and Gianluca Busso just led Venezia to the first division of Italy. Good player. Jordi Mihailovic, I criticized him here and I prefer Diego Luna, but Jordi Mihailovic should be okay. I would hope he can do okay in a U23 tournament. And Ben Kremaski can be a good depth piece. Good work rate, fine, okay technical ability, can do the dirty work. The defense, Miles and Zimmerman, as much as I criticize them, they should be fine for a U23 tournament, Miles and Zimmerman. Even though I prefer to have Jalen Yu here, they should be fine. Goalkeepers are fine. But the right back position with Nathan Harriel and the center forward position where we have Duncan McGuire, they're both scary bad. They're like legitimately bad. And that'll be an issue. So my question to you watching this right now, are we going to be exposed on the right back, on the right side of the defense, and have no support going forward with Nathan Harriel? And the other question that I have here for you is where are the goals going to come from? Where are the goals going to come from? I don't know. There are some question marks. We probably do need more creativity in this team. That's why I would want Diego Luna to be here. I don't think he's a world-class player by any means or even elite right now, but I think he would provide that creativity and flair that this team would need, and we won't have. My general thoughts on this roster is it's fairly mediocre, in my opinion. It is tough. It is tough to predict what will happen in the Olympics because most national teams don't send their best, and neither are we, right? Because Johnny Cardoso, Ricardo Pepi, Balogun, Tillman, Scally, Musa, Gio Reyna, they were all age eligible. But of course, they're not going to be released by their clubs. They were in the Copa America. So that's not the coach's fault. Those players were. But we're not sending our best, right? The United States of America is not sending their best. But so do other teams. They don't send their best. It's hard to predict. So this team could do fine. We have to see how the other teams are. I'll tell you one thing. I looked at the French roster, and when I looked at the French roster and they're in the same group as us, and I saw our roster, the first thing that came to my mind was, we're screwed. Get the lube. Get the lube. Just get the lube right now so it doesn't hurt that bad. Why am I talking about it? Anyhow, we'll see how it does. That's why I'm saying it's hard to predict because we don't know about the other teams. I saw the Argentina roster. They're stacked. Very strong roster. France. But then the other national teams, they're also not sending their best. So we'll see. It could happen that we get grouped again. I'm going to go through the group in a second. But these are also the alternates. So if anyone gets injured, we're going to bring Josh Atencio from the Seattle Sounders, Jacob Davies from the Sporting Kansas City, Johan Gomez, the brother of Jonathan Gomez, from Eintracht Braunschweig, whatever the fuck that name is in German, and then John Polskamp from Sporting Kansas City. Essentially, when you look at these names of the alternates, and I don't mean to offend anyone, let's pray to God that no one gets injured before the Olympics. Seriously. Just pray right now. Just pray right now, because the downfall is steep. And they asked Diego Luna if he wanted to be one of the alternates, which he rejected. And to be fair, he should reject it, Diego Luna. It was disrespectful from U.S. Soccer. And then Jonathan Gomez is probably going to switch. And then Jeff Carey, Spicy Jeff, saying, Olympics, I'm watching rhythmic gymnastics and synchronized swimming And what? Taboo porn? Okay, Jeff. Okay, Jeff. Soccer Report is saying Spicy Jeff got into Tack's head. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Um, I I'm gonna say it again. I am not very optimistic for the Olympics with this roster. I'm sorry. I know some people are saying, why the negativity? We haven't played in the Olympics for so long. Be excited. And I really want to be excited for it. I just don't like this roster. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this roster shuts my mouth, fights for a medal, gets a bronze medal, whatever. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And people are talking about Esmir Bajakterovic. I wish Esmir was in this roster. He's a player that brings flair, creativity down the wing, great footwork, great technical ability. But Esmir from the New England Revolution was not called in, and it looks like he's probably going to switch to, switch to Bosnia because he is a dual national. Going to switch to Bosnia. But moving on here, I want to show everyone our group before I close the stream and everything. There's a few things to talk about still. When you look into our group, we're in the same group as France, the host nation, Guinea, that's how you pronounce it, I'm assuming. And then you have New Zealand, the group. Look, I don't know much about the U23 rosters of Guinea and New Zealand. So if I told you we're going to get grouped or we're going to get out of the group, I would be 100% bullshitting you. I need to do my research. I need to look up how they qualified, the players that they have. But I looked at the French roster, and I know a lot of the players in the French roster, and I can assure you the French roster is better than ours in every single position, no exceptions. I can tell you that right away. It's Guinea. So it's just Guinea. Okay, I got it. And the worst part is, look at Group B, Argentina, Morocco, Iraq, and Ukraine. So Morocco has been doing a great job with youth development. If we finish in second in Group A, we will play August 2nd, the winner of Group B, which is likely Argentina. With that said, I don't like our odds because I don't see us topping the group. If we don't top the group, we're probably going to play Argentina. And to fight for a medal, you need to at least make it to the semifinals. If you make it to the semifinals, you can fight for a bronze medal. And if you win, you guarantee a silver medal. That is my main concern. But here's a good take or a good information here from American Ultra Talks. We beat Guinea 3-0 in a friendly earlier this cycle. There's no excuse to not get out of the group. Sure. I'll have to look into that. And did they play their best players, Guinea? Is it the same exact team we're going to face? If we did beat them 3-0, then hopefully that is enough for us to go through. 1 second. But American Ultras, good friends here of the channel, Braden and Yuri, and a shout out to them. Great YouTube channel, by the way, guys. American Ultra Talks, that is on screen right now. Now, before we close this stream, all I want to say is we will be doing the full coverage of the Olympics. I will be doing a video probably on Friday talking about these players and going through the bracket and what I truly expect. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not the greatest roster, but the only reason you have to be optimistic is the fact that the other teams don't send their best. So there's hope. There is hope. Now, before we close the stream, we are doing a giveaway on Twitter, and I put this link in the bio or in the description of this video. If you want to win a jersey of Brazil or Uruguay, the one from the Copa America, Vinicius or Luis Suarez, I put the link in the description of this video. I am partnering with AC Momento to do this giveaway. All you have to do is like and retweet the tweet, download the Momento app for free. I put the link also on the replies of that tweet, and follow me on the AC Momento app, commenting your username, and you can win a jersey, a Brazil or Uruguay jersey. So if you want to enter the giveaway, the link to this tweet is in the description of this video. It's free to enter, so you might as well go do it. And if you don't want to enter, just share it, because maybe one of your followers want to enter the giveaway. All right, everyone, that does it for today. I will be doing a live watch along on Wednesday for the Euros, for the Copa America, and then we're going to do more videos. And again, before we go, Greg Berhalter is on Pack Watch. He's on Pack Watch right now. It looks like U.S. Soccer will decide today the fate of Greg Berhalter, if he stays or leaves the U.S. men's national team, if he's fired. If there's any updates on that, I will be doing a live stream. And they will decide today, but they probably won't announce today. We will probably know or have more information on it on Wednesday. All right, everyone, don't forget to drop a like before you go. Do it right now. It helps the channel quite a bit. And in the comment section of this video, once I close it, let me know your thoughts and what do you rate this roster from 1 to 10. Now, before I go, Frank Kessler say no Jonathan Gomez. Jonathan Gomez is allegedly switching to Mexico. Jonathan Gomez is allegedly switching to Mexico based on the reports that are out there. There's no confirmation, but it looks like they are. Drop a like before you go, everyone. And then when I close the stream, let me know your thoughts on this roster. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And we'll keep everyone updated on Greg Berhalter. Continue to put the pressure. Greg Berhalter has to go. Press the federation in a respectful way, peaceful way, but continue to put pressure. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.